Have you set a goal and you haven't reached it yet? Now, before you make any excuses, I have 2 reasons why you haven't reached your goals. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. This week, we're talking about 2 main reasons why you're not hitting your goals. Now, that's a very, very broad statement, but I listen to you guys when you speak. And before we go any further, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you'd be interested in coaching, please send me a message, tomdanger.com, in a contact form. If you're interested in a free personality assessment, hit me on the contact form. And if you just like to say hello, hit me in the contact form. Either way, I definitely appreciate all interactions with all of you, or if you have any recommendations or guests that you'd like to see featured on the podcast, please feel free. So, if we go back to episode 1 of the things that we always speak about is ask yourself whether or not you've written down your goals. Let's start there. Have you written down your goals? And once you've written down your goals, from there, basically, 2 things have to happen. Now, this is a Tommy Danger-ism, so you can agree or disagree with that, okay, with this. But after you've written it down, have you set aside the time to complete the task? Or have you set aside the time to learn about what it is that you need to do to reach the goal? Or have you set aside the time to create a system or create a habit for you to reach that particular goal? Now, if you haven't done any of those things, that's one of the first things that you're doing wrong. You see, you'll start out saying like you want to achieve this, you want this goal, you want to hit this goal, but then you got some potholes in your map or in your road, and you got to fill those potholes before you can move forward. When you look at your daily routines, ask yourself, what do you do consistently without really thinking about it? What comes to you naturally? Now, when you think about that, then ask yourself, how is it that goal that I've written down, how am I aligning it with what I do naturally? Because by default, everything that we do is inside of the comfort zone or in the ways in which we most feel natural. So if you're functioning in that comfort space, you have to build the habit to where you become better at something. An example, here's a very good example. You want to write a book. You've never written a book before. Writing a book. The first part of writing is to write. Are you writing every day? Are you setting aside time to write every day? Are you in the same spot, given the same level of focus, with a certain level of discipline on a daily basis? Some people will say like, you're always working. Do you ever take time off? No, I don't. That's why it's so important to fill your life with the things that you enjoy. If I didn't enjoy talking and filming and all this stuff, like I wouldn't be doing it because it wouldn't be fun. I find joy in sharing, 1, stories, but 2, sharing the things that I've been through with other people so that you don't waste your time going through it, because that goes back to time. You have to invest your time into the right information, invest your time into the right resources, study the people who have done the things that you want to do, find out why you want to do what you want to do. But if you're not investing that time, then basically you'll miss the mark, because you have to have a certain level of commitment in order for you to accomplish a goal. Doesn't matter how small or how big it is. This is what you have to do. So if you're not investing the time into your goal, 9 times out of 10, you're going to miss the mark. Okay? The second thing is money. You need a certain amount of money to complete the goals that you want to complete. Now, I challenge any of you to argue this point, because pretty much everything that we do requires some form of financial investment. Whether it is, let's keep this at the basic level. So you have a goal of you want to lose weight, right? You may not have to spend a lot of money, but you need some sort of workout gear. You don't have to go out and get the latest, but you have to have some clothing that came from somewhere that you had to pay for. You have to have some comfortable shoes, even if it's not the most expensive pair of shoes, but you need some shoes to work out in, right? Let's say even more. Let's say you say, you know what, I'm going to fully educate myself on YouTube. You got to pay for the internet. You got to pay for the electronic device. You have to have some form of financial investment into it as well. And when you take it a step further, if you're really, really, really committed to achieving your goal, you are aligning yourself with other people who are in communities, or a person who is highly specialized in that field, or a mentor who has been through what you've been through. And even if we go back through those things, even if you join a group, you got to pay your cell phone bill. Again, you have to have access to the internet. Some groups are free, but some groups you have to pay for. And I think personally, some of the groups that you pay for, you get more value because it's really focused. It's laser focused on what it is that you want to complete. When you look at a person who's highly specialized, such as a coach or a consultant, that time that you set aside from them, once you tell them what goal that you want to complete, they're going to help you to identify a plan, they should, of what you need to do to reach those things. And if you have a mentor, the mentor's biggest investment is time, because they don't really have time to give away. So you're going to have to do something. You have to give something of value, even if it's a cup of coffee, even if it's helping them to move furniture in their office. You have to make some sort of investment in order for you to get the information. This is something that we all have to apply and ask ourselves why we aren't doing it. And if you aren't doing it, what do you need to do to get on track? 2 things that you need to be doing: investing your time and making a financial commitment. And if you're not doing those things, figure out how you can do it. A lot of people will say, you know, especially with artists, I will create a rollout plan and give it in detail. Here are the 20 steps that you need to take. I've given you my time. I'm not charging you anything for this information. I go back to you. Did you do the 20 things that I asked you to do? Oh, well, my money's kind of tight. But did you at least do the things that were free, which is making a connection, reaching out, talking to people? When you talk about time, you could always ask questions. Rather than just scrolling on social media, ask a question in the comments. There's some smartass out there that has the answer. Or some person that's been through the situation that is willing to give their 2 cents. Stop letting life pass you by and everybody else is doing all the fly shit. Create your own world. Make those baby steps. Don't go for the big boom. Take the baby steps. If it's your goal to be more active on social media, just find something to talk about the post on social media. It doesn't have to be you. Look at something else and give your opinion on it. Write about something. Take a picture of something. Tell us about what's going on in the picture. A lot of things you could do. But it's hard when you're dealing with life and you have challenges in your marriage, challenges in your relationship, challenges in your family, challenges in your work. but you want that other life. The other life is there waiting for you if you're willing to make the time and make the investment. This is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.